Hey, I'm Marty from Spring Ahead Media Solutions. Today I'm going to be showing you how to design an email campaign in Mailchimp's new builder. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and when you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and a little thank you in the comments. That will help other people find it as well. We are going to jump right in here. I have another video about creating an email campaign and what all of this stuff is and my advice as far as that's concerned, but we are going to be designing the email today. So I'm going to click this. And I'm going to go with the new builder. Here are all of our template options. You can see Mailchimp has created a whole bunch of different ones that we can use. I'm going to start with the one from scratch. Right off the bat, you can see that this builder is designed to use blocks, just like the classic builder or a lot of other web building platforms. And we will get to that, but I'm going to start you over here on the Styles tab. The Styles tab is where you can set up all of the defaults for your email. This will make the design process a whole lot easier for designing this email, but also for designing any future emails. First, we have the background color. That's the gray that's on either side here. That is mostly visible in a desktop view. On a mobile view, it gets cut off because the mobile view is narrower. And then the body color, which is the default color in the center of your email. One of the nice things about this builder is you can actually change the background color of specific blocks within your email, but this will always be your default. You also can add an image in the background here. Next, we've got our text, and this is the one that's going to need the most attention and the most kind of tweaking on your part. This is where we can set the defaults for all of the text in our email. We are going to do it for paragraph, which is the plain basic text in your email, font, size, color, bolder italics. Where it's going to align, I'm going to switch mine to align to the left, and you'll see that that jumped there. Did you see that? There we go. I can change the line height. That's the spacing between the lines of text. Again, if you can look here, it just got a little tighter. You will notice that there are a lot more font options here than we had in the classic builder. I would recommend being a bit wary of this. Not all email systems will read all fonts. So it could be that if you pick a font with a lot more style to it, that when this gets to Gmail inbox, it's just going to switch it back to Helvetica anyway. And so what you intended it to look like is not actually what it looks like. For more information on that, I will leave a link in the description box. Next, we're going to set up our headings. We've got 4 different setting options here. Heading 1 is actually what they have on display here. I'm going to change the color of this. Anytime I have a heading 1, I'm going to, there we go, have it in that nice pink color that's in my logo. I would prefer that my heading 1s were centered. Next, I'm going to do heading 2. This one again, a little closer together. I'm going to make it a little smaller. Okay, and then I'm actually going to right now have a switch over to mobile because we can actually set the defaults for our text in mobile as well. As you can see here, this is not working so well in mobile. So that is our heading 1. I'm going to make that a little smaller, and more importantly, I'm going to make those a little closer together, maybe even all the way. And so I'm going to go through here and I'm going to adjust these as I'd like to see them on a phone. Back over to desktop. All right, now we're going to scroll down and change the rest of our settings here. Next is link color. I love link color. It just makes your emails look so custom. Okay, and then you can decide if you want them to be bold as well as underlined or just underlined, but you do want to make sure that there's some signifier there other than just the color to tell people that it's a link. Next, we can change our buttons. Again, we can change the default color of our button. You can change the shape of your button. You can change the size of your button. And if you want to customize the size of your button, that's what those 3 dots are for. You can play with this here. The border, the size of your text in your button. I like to have the letters in my button a little further apart. And then finally, oh, you know what? I don't want my button that wide. I was just demonstrating. All right, finally, we have the divider. So the divider is the line across things. They have one here. And you can have it solid, dashed, dotted. Change the size of it. Any of these things can also be changed once you're in your document, but it's good to have a starting place. All right, we have set all of our defaults. So let's start making our email. As I mentioned earlier, this builder is made out of blocks. So I'm going to add an image here. I have the option of uploading it or browsing the ones I already have loaded. I came prepared. Bink. I have the options of how I'd like to align it. I have the option to link the image. You also can link to an email address, a phone number, a file if you want to attach a PDF, maybe not to an image, maybe to an image, or a landing page that you've created in Mailchimp. It's also a great idea to add some alt text to your images. If your image doesn't load, then it will show the alt text. Also, if someone is disabled and they're using a reader to read their email for them, it will read this alt text. You'll see here, we have the option of changing the background color of our block if we wanted to have a different background. And we have padding options. Padding is the amount of space above or below something. So here you'll see that there's some white space like underneath it. If I wanted to tighten that up, I could make it go away. Or if I wanted some more, I can add some more. Next up, we can add a heading. I've decided that we're making an email all about summer. Okay, so we are going to use those defaults that we created now. We can head up here to heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. I'm going to pick heading 1 for this. As you create your email, you may find that heading 3 isn't exactly what you need it to be, and then you'll go into your default and change it there instead of going up here and messing with any of these functions. Next, I'm going to put a little paragraph in here about how great summer is. Mailchimp now has an AI tool that you can actually use to rewrite things, so we're going to give it a whirl. I'm going to ask it to lengthen that. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, I'm accepting it right away without reading. That's just because we are doing this. Now I want to show you the layout blocks right over here. You can put columns into your email and they can be different widths. So you just choose what kind of form you want them to be. And then within that, you will drag blocks in there. Sometimes when you bring an image in here, their AI will fill in alt text for you, which you can keep or not keep, replace. And then I'm going to just put a button here. Same link. And just to make sure that people understand that these go together, I'm going to change the background color of this whole section. I'd like a little more space between these. I can use this space block, but it actually has some problems with Outlook sometimes. I can use this divider block with the dots and actually make it 0 on the bottom so it butts up against that gray. That looks pretty good. The other option that I would have is changing the padding on this one above it, which again is the space around the stuff that's in there. All right, and next, check these out. These are the image and text blocks, and for things like a list of events or blog posts, these are fantastic. You just pick which one you want, and it already has the image, the headline, the text, and the button there for you. There we go. All right, let's see what else I haven't showed you yet. Let's go through some of these blocks. All right, we got those. We've got these. This is your default logo. You also can just use an image block for your logo. No problem there. Creative Assistant is Mailchimp's internal way of creating images or creating graphics, I guess. I still use Canva. This is a video block. For a video block, you would need a link from YouTube or Vimeo, and it will fill it in there. Social is your social media button. Survey is a survey that you can create within Mailchimp. Code is if you're adding custom code. Product and product recommendations will work when you are integrated with an e-commerce platform. All of your product information will be there, and you can just search for it. So the images, the descriptions, and the price will all pop up using those. And we have apps. These are apps that, again, you can integrate here. So Instagram will load in your most recent Instagram posts. Add event calendar links is a platform that will give you all of the clickable links so that someone can add an event to their calendar. I guess maybe that is straightforward there. Your business profile, your Yelp profile. Here are your social media buttons. You'll need to set these up, and our footer. Your footer, you can have a logo in it or not. You can change the background color of this as well. All of this information here will be filled in based on the information in your Mailchimp profile. I have a video about that as well. Now let me show you the previews. You can view your email in desktop, which is pretty much how you're designing it as you go. You can view it in mobile. You'll notice here that those blocks that we had that were, that are horizontal here, rotate, so that you can make sure you're seeing the full image and all of the text, make it nice and easy to read on a phone. And this also has an inbox preview. With inbox preview, it will run basically a simulation of what your email will look like in different inboxes. All right, back here in my design, you can send yourself a test email, save this as a template, change the template. Well, there we go. That is how you design an email in Mailchimp's new builder. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and a little thank you in the comments. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them. I put out new videos all the time. Sign up for my email list to find out about new webinars that are coming up, and I will see you around.